Hi and welcome back. It's one of those what's new and exciting in skincare videos. They seem to be really popular with you, and it's a nice way of me rounding up the best of everything that's come across my desk. And this is the edition that's perfect for September. So it's based around products that are great at caring for post-summer, early autumn and going into winter skin. And it's a very exciting collection of really interesting products at all prices. Let's start with the fact that, and I'm always completely transparent about this video is partly sponsored by Elizabeth Arden, who I worked with on the, do you remember their retinol capsules, their ceramide retinol capsules? And guess what? They've brought out a vitamin C version, and I'm always really, for a start, the Elizabeth Arden ceramide capsules are absolute classics. They were the first people ever to talk to us about ceramides, and ceramides are basically the lipids that your skin needs to keep all of its cells as watertight as possible. And they worked out that by putting active ingredients with the ceramides in monodoses, they can control the delivery, keep the active ingredient as stable as possible, and that's exactly what happened with retinol. However, they could also deliver it to you with absolute minimum chance of any irritation or redness, which you often get with things like retinol and vitamin C. So the retinol was the hero product earlier this year, and this is the vitamin C, and look at it, that's the monodose vitamin C. And I'm sure you've seen them before. The ceramide capsules are absolutely iconic bestsellers. The retinol then came in and followed suit. This is the new vitamin C. But why put vitamin C in a monodose? Well, it makes complete sense. Vitamin C is highly unstable, just like retinol. The two of them are essentially the gold standard in skincare. And vitamin C works because it's an antioxidant. However, it also has a brightening effect, and it controls skin tone and skin pigmentation formation. So if you use them, it's absolutely brilliant at this time of year if maybe you've overdone the sun. But also actually, even if you're in the city and you live in a polluted area, so if you put it in a monodose like this is a little tiny airtight capsule that you break every time you use, then what you do is you protect it from sunlight, you protect it from water, and you protect it from oxygen, which is everything you need to do to keep an active ingredient as active as possible, which means that this vitamin C is proven to be 178 times more active than most vitamin Cs on the market. And also it's an oil-soluble form. You know that ceramides obviously are lipid-based. And let me just show you. So I've just broken that. I'm not going to put it to waste, obviously. And then what you end up with is this gorgeous, lightweight oil serum combination. It feels slightly more of an oil than the retinol, which felt slightly more velvety. This is super hydrating. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's really lovely. It hydrates in seconds, zero irritation, but you get all the active effects of vitamin C, but without any risk of irritation. And also you just get all the hydrating reparative effect of their ceramides. So at this time of year, my cat's super excited to take part. He doesn't need ceramides. Can you come down? That's so sweet. Come on, Yogi, out the way. They don't need to speak to you. That's it. Good boy. I'm so sorry. What you get is you get all the reparative effects of ceramides, which is essentially like repointing a brick wall so that it becomes more weatherproof. So you are prepared for the colder, wintry weather conditions that you get between September and October, but you also get all the reparative antioxidant effect of vitamin C. It's a lovely product. And then what you do is you get, the packaging looks like this. So it's obviously great to travel with as well. I mean, these will be around forever. I'm sure they'll become a cult bestseller, but also then you can travel with individual ones as well. Take it to work if you need it. You can reapply it morning and night. It's just a really lovely product to use. There is the colorway for the retinol, and there's the colorway for the vitamin C. So that is Elizabeth Arden Vitamin C Ceramide Capsules, and it's pretty much, do you know what? I think vitamin C is having another revival moment, and it's not that vitamin C has in any way been forgotten, but I feel that you can find new ways to encapsulate it and deliver it to the skin that is as safe and effective and as non-irritating as possible, and that's exactly what Arden have done. There you go. Right, what else is on the market? Well, let's go from high-end to high street. So many people have been asking me about this. I showed this on my stories. This is the Cerave Salicylic Acid range. It's the SA Smoothing Cream, and there is also an SA Salicylic Acid gel cleanser. And finally, they've hit the stores. So you can get these in high street chemists now. And it's a form of CeraVe that is available for dry, rough, bumpy skin. Salicylic acid is a resurfacing beta hydroxy acid, and this is absolutely loaded with urea, which is a natural moisturising factor that's found in the skin that's really, really hydrating. So at this time of year, it's a great one for dry shins, dry hands, but also for rough and dry, bumpy skin conditions. So it's finally in store. Keep an eye out for it. Now, last time I spoke to you about Elizabeth Arden, and it wasn't a sponsored post, it was about their polyhydroxy acid peel. Do you remember? And I said polyhydroxy acids are going to have a huge moment. They've only been available in clinical skincare. Then Arden did that amazing stepped peel system. Well, INKEY Listerine on the act. This is the PHA toner. They say toner, you know, it's a funny one, isn't it? Acid toners, I don't really think deserve the term toner, because toner sounds old-fashioned to me. It's something you used after cream cleansing if you didn't rinse off your cleanser. It's essentially a polyhydroxy acid lotion that you leave on overnight. They say you can use it morning and night. I personally prefer my acids left on overnight. Polyhydroxy acid is the new generation acids, completely man-made, and it has all of the combined effects of beta hydroxy and alpha hydroxy acids. So it resurfaces, plus it gets into pores. It's oil and water soluble, and more importantly, it's less irritating. Studies are beginning to show that polyhydroxy acids, because poly obviously means it has a number of different hydroxy acids, because if you can combine the number of acids, you need less of a strength of a single acid, therefore there's a chance it'll be less irritating. It's a really nice little budget acid. What else is on the market? Now I'm going to mention a brand that I've never mentioned before, and the reason for that is because I genuinely don't tend to recommend or like products with essential oils if they're going to go on your face. So I've never really spoken a lot about Liz Earle. And sometimes when I do my Instagram come shopping with me on IGTV, people say to me, why did you skip over Liz Earle? Simply for that reason. Anyway, I was so excited to see this. You know that Cicapastes are having a complete, I mean, La Roche-Posay have been doing them for ages, obviously, but Cica balms and Cicapastes are having a huge moment. And essentially what they are is hugely reparative creams for the skin that are designed to build the barrier function back up. And they come into their own at this time of year. Obviously, now La Roche-Posay obviously had Cica Balm and Cicapaste. Number 7 did them. Anyway, Liz Earle has got one, and it's got vegetable and plant oils in it, but it hasn't got any fragrance at all, and it's a great product. This is Liz Earle CICA Restore Skin Paste, and it's absolutely loaded with all the things you would expect to find in a CICA paste. So let's just have a look at the INKEY list here. It's got glycerine, and it's got shea butter, it has zinc oxide, it has borage seed oil, it has myrtle seed oil, it has Centella asiatica, which is a plant extract that is soothing and calming on the skin and is anti-inflammatory. It has sunflower oil, it has rosemary seed oil, jojoba. I mean, it's basically just like a who's who, what's what of everything your dry skin and irritated skin needs. Well done, Liz Earle. I really like the fact that you're beginning to realise that plant oils don't necessarily need to be used for their fragrance. They can be used for their reparative effects. I really like it. It's a good one. Other moisturisers, because obviously we're coming into winter, I'm going to mention, you obviously know that we've talked about Dr Sam's Flawless Moisturiser before, which I've talked about a number of times. However, it's quite a heavy pump action moisturiser, which if you've got dry skin, you might like. Anyway, she's obviously responded to her clients and her patients and her customers' needs, and now there is a Dr Sam's Flawless Light Moisturiser, much more my kind of moisturiser. It's light, it's easily absorbed, it's really pleasant to use. I mean, bearing in mind this hand is already loaded with my Arden vitamin C, which has completely sunk in. It's really lovely. It's a lightweight lotion, lovely to use. unscented, and you know, it's formulated by a dermatologist, so it's formulated to dermatologist principles. All those active ingredients you need to rebuild your barrier function, fragrance free. It's a lovely product, really nice little size as well. And then finally, how can I resist this? How can I resist this? It's so beautiful. Again, another brand I talk about in terms of makeup, but not often in terms of skincare. However, look at this. This is Chanel's Le Lift Le Crème Man, which is basically their hand cream, but surely the chicest, as I always say with Clinique. I feel like my muzzy hands are already destroying the gorgeousness that is Chanel. That's their hand cream, and it's just such great packaging, it really is. And then what you end up with is a little squeezy tube that, I mean, it's super lightweight. It's a beautiful gel cream. It's quite heavily fragranced, so it's not something I would use apart from on my body. I mean, it's beautifully fragranced, obviously. But just a nod to surely the chicest packaging that you could have in hand cream, and so lovely to put in your desk or in the bottom of your bag. They are my what's new and exciting products to repair, brighten, boost your barrier function, loaded with ceramides, loaded with vitamin C, loaded with polyhydroxy acids and resurfacing acids. All of the active ingredients your skin actually needs at this time of year to help it recover from summer and then go through to autumn and winter. What are you loving at the moment? I will put all the details of all the products down below. They're all available on the high street. Obviously, the INKEY list is available online unless you're in the States, but otherwise everything else is pretty much available. Oh, and Sam Bunting's moisturiser is mainly available online, but otherwise most of them are available in department stores. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you soon.